How's it going, guys and gals? This is Advanced Warrior here, back with another Advanced Wars by Web replay commentary. And for 2 weeks in a row, I've brought back my friend, Master Kanbei, also known as Multi-Topic Talk. Hey, welcome back, man.
Thank you for having me. So, he told my name, and that's good. So, you will find my channels on the description below, and I'm happy to be there. So I picked Sasha because...
Oh wow, we're going straight to the seals?
Seal.
Okay, we're going straight to seals then, okay.
Yeah. Then if you want to go elsewhere. Man.
I mean, I said we're going to talk about the map first.
Okay, let's speak about the map first.
Okay, so... Oh shit, there's a mosquito in my room. I'll kill it later. Alright, so... yeah, it's just another one that we had. It was actually during my short stream not too long ago when I wasn't doing frequent streams. But this was a very good match because something interesting happens during the game, and I think it's nice and up for discussion. So the map here is called Dark L Rising, and the first thing that you notice is that your opponent gets free vision from both the submarine, which is huge, and the recon, which is only stuck in the corner behind some mountains blocking your comm tower. Now the submarine, it does look like it has all this water, but it's actually cut off by these two shoals in the corner, so that means that you can only get limited vision. But since there's no like real open space of ocean, that means that your submarine is also vulnerable for attack, but for some COs it might be good for a charge. On the other half of these islands, there's black boats that block your HQ and can actually go off and transport some units across with the shoals, but if you have it too close to the submarine, then that submarine is going to probably kill your black boat, and you would have lost your A, your HQ protection, and B, your means of faster transportation. What do you think about this map, Master Kanbei?
I think it's a fun map, and I think I was the one that picked it, and you were like, oh, I feel like you have an advantage. My mind is like, you're better than me, who cares? But anyway, the map is kind of fun. I do miss this map a lot in Global League, because right now the rotation is awful. It's so awful, I play less Global League than I used to. I used to have like 80 plus game at the same time, but right now that count has reduced a lot. So I do miss this map. Now I think this map could be better if we take out the recon and we already give the tower to the other player. But that's just me fixing a bit the map. The map is still very fun, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it gives you, as you can see, the recon already has vision on one of the bases. So yeah, it's a lot of free intel that you can get, and a good player will definitely know how to play around that. Alright, so I'm sorry about earlier, but now we'll go straight into the COs. It's a little different change of pacing that I thought of. So again, it is a tier 1, because we enjoy tier 1, and we actually do enjoy this matchup sometimes. You picked Sasha.
Yeah, quick disclaimer, this game happened before my collab with Go 7, so at that time, I wasn't a good Sasha, but I was still better than last week, obviously, because I think we had more games in between.
Yeah.
Not quite sure, maybe they were close by. Anyway, my Sasha still needs some work, but for those who don't know, on my Master Kanbei channel, it's actually not out yet. Actually, it's on my Multi-Topic Talk. I had a stream with Go 7 where I played Sasha, and that really helped me out a lot on becoming a better Sasha player. So I want to place that disclaimer. I'm still kind of bad with Sasha during that video here, but yeah. Why did I pick her? Well, I like to play her. I want her to be my main in tier 1. She is the CO that gives the most fun, in my own opinion, for the player that plays her, not for the other one. But yeah, so her day-to-day is quite simple. She gets 100 income more per building that gives funds. So instead of gaining 1k from building, she gets 1.1k, and she can get rich. She's basically a fair Colin. Because Colin, we all know him, he is broken, he is tier 0. She's basically a nerd Colin. And her power, the more money she got, the more stars she can take away from her opponent. So she can deny powers like Hawke that cost 5 stars. And it's quite simple to do such tasks. Now her super war buns, it's very underrated because her power is amazing. I barely use it, to be honest, because most of the time tier 1 matchup is like Sasha versus Wombolt or Sasha versus Hawke. I think when she goes against Javier or Grit, her War Bond is actually better than her Market Crash. Now, with that being said, I will still use Market Crash against Javier and Grit in some cases. If I can deny them their super with 2 stars, why not? With that being said, if you're against Hawke or Wombolt, just spam Market Crash. There's no other option. Now, of course, at some point, if there's some kind of stalemate and you feel like you need extra funds and you have the star power, then you can maybe consider Warbond. But this is really, this all depends on what is going on. And as I said, Market Crash is a better option against COs like Hawke or Wombolt.
Yep. Very, not too complex. You might see a little bit and just think it's a bit much, but yeah, there's plus 100 income. She gets 10 properties. She gets the free 1000, which is really, really good. They all stack up. Market Crash, obviously, just 5,000 funds. You're taking away a full star. War Bonds, very situational with the CO. Yeah, it's I would say a very flexible CO, but I think Sasha does best when there are maps with 3 bases. And, well, although Master Kanbei has been the one that plays Sasha a lot more, he hates base light.
I don't talk base light. I'm allergic to this shit.
Not even 10 minutes and we're already a swear word. Way to go, buddy. Okay, so... So my CO is
the algorithm is taking 5 minutes, so you should be fine.
Oh, that was 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So my CO is a lot more simpler. Hawke has a simple plus 10% attack boost to all of his units. Really nice that he can get a plus 20% with a comm tower that allows him to kill healthy units on cities. More than likely if you're using the same unit. His powers, although they do cost a lot, they are really good. Black Wave, 1 HP damage to all enemies, 1 HP given back to all your units. And for Black Storm, which is at 9 stars, it will double that, 2 HP taken away and 2 HP gained for yourself. The only problem, as you've already seen before, is that Sasha will never give Hawke his Black Wave until like turn 15 or turn 20. Usually the better the Sasha player, the later the Black Wave will come. She can't hold it forever, but Hawke really does excel well with his powers. Now, before we start, you mentioned something about thinking Hawke belongs in tier 2?
Yeah, and I keep thinking about it, and our stream actually proved me right, because even if I was picking Hawke and you were picking Drake, the outcome remained the same and you won. So I am a strong believer that Hawke is tier 2. Now, global damage is OP, don't get me wrong, but here's the thing. Olaf is tier 2 and it's global damage. Drake, I still don't understand why he's 3. Maybe because of his day-to-day that is kind of trash, but even there, global damage is so broken, he should be 2 as well. Now, I think if both players are the same level, I think an Olaf or a Drake player can beat Hawke. Now, I know I will get shit for that. I know people disagree. People are all like, Hawke is at the right place. He is really strong, don't get me wrong, but he is really slow as well. And Drake and Olaf are just faster to use their super. And Hawke has the best day-to-day, but he is so slow that I think Olaf and Drake can still beat him. Now, if it goes Eagle against Hawke, I think it depends on both players. And if it goes Max to Hawke, then Hawke clearly destroy Max, because I think Max is trash. He doesn't belong in tier 2. But hey, that's my opinion. Now, in tier 1, we got Von Bolt. And if the map is smaller, I will give a good example I got in mind. Creepy Crawler, I think it's the name. Creepy Crawler, it's really a small map. Hawke cannot win against Von Bolt. Hawke, I don't see him beating any tier 1 in this specific map because the map is smaller. And Hawke likes big map like this map we have right now, because the bigger the map is, the more money he will get, and the more likely he will be able to have Black Wave and Black Storm faster. So, in smaller map, I think Hawke is really weak. Now, here again, he should be tier 2 for me, and that doesn't mean he cannot beat any tier 1. It's obvious he can beat them because global damage is ridiculous and it's easy to use. So, because of that, even if I believe he is in tier 2, I think he can still beat some tier 1. And I understand why they place him in tier 1, because he has no weakness. But I will get back to what I keep spinning around for like the last 2-3 minutes. He is too slow. I think he cannot stand against the other tier 1s. I just don't think he can beat them. He is just the easy pick people will pick because it's global damage.
Yeah.
That's the way I see Hawke, and the same goes for Olaf. Olaf is very simple and easy to play. Now, Olaf is weaker only day to day, but he gets his super faster, and his super, yes, his super doesn't heal, but it does restrain movement, and it can truly hurt Hawke or any other seals. And the full drain of Drake is really annoying. Like, in some cases, you're forced into having APC. If it's a big map with air unit, you are forced into having 1 APC at least. Now, if the map is smaller, you don't need any APC, because you can just go back to your buildings. But in bigger map, you're forced into making APC. So I think Hawke is really good, but he doesn't belong in tier 1. Now, with that being said, global damage OP?
Yeah, saying Hawke has no weaknesses is actually kind of interesting. It's just that compared to some other COs like Von Bolt's, Von Bolt has plus 10 extra defense while he still gets the attack. So obviously on a day-to-day, Von Bolt's units are stronger than Hawke's. However,
yeah.
Hawke's power is better in this case because it is actually cheaper than Ex Machina. And speaking of Hawke's powers, yeah, it's just that they're really slow compared to many other COs. I believe it's the second most expensive CO power, right before.
Eagle and him are equals. I think Eagle and Hawke are equals.
Eagle and Hawke are equal, yeah. The only ones that beat them by cost are Von Bolt and Sturm. And I know for the Von Bolt matchup, when it gets to late game, Hawke does do better, but on smaller maps, it's a bit hard to use. So Hawke, a very interesting CO, though he looks very simple on the surface. Depending on the matchup, it gets very complicated, which is why I do like Tier 1 sometimes, because it's all about the matchup rather than the CO. Alright, so you have control, you're player 1. Feel free.
Yeah.
Move at your own pace.
To infantry. Here you go.
Yep. Just moving my own infantry, not capturing that city yet. And during this whole time, I was very paranoid about the vision that you were getting. So, yeah, that recon, just already seeing my base was already upsetting me. And that submarine really makes it hard to go around on my right side of the map.
So here I will explain why I go for that building. Usually we want to rush the base, but Sasha's strength is her economy. So each single building matters. I forgot if I finish this cap or if I jump here right away. If I jump right away, it would be much better than finishing this one. And here's the why. By going there, I capture this faster than that. Because you see, even if I go max movement, I reach this. So I don't really lose a turn because I will have extra unit. But with Sasha, we will have the extra unit much later on with the airport anyway, if we play Sasha right. But of course, as I said earlier as a disclaimer, that was before my game versus 7. And I still had practice. I still fought Kanbei with Sasha, and I still had some good basics with Kanbei, but since it wasn't mirror match, it wasn't too deep. So let's keep going.
Yep. Yeah, just after I prioritize the base on the bottom, I try to get the nearest properties, kind of like what Sasha does, but I already have the base prioritized. And here I see that I move my ATC back just to see if you would commit to this base or not, because I know the way you play Sasha, you like to get properties as soon as you can.
Yeah, so here, as I said, I did the mistake to finish this one. I should have went for this one. Now, it's not really bad, but it slowed me down a bit too much for this base. But that's just a detail, like, it's not the worst move ever because I'm Sasha, and keep in mind, I only do that as Sasha because I want some early money fast, because that's her strength. Any other COs, I will tell you, go for the base. Colin, Kanbei, Andy, Jess, I don't care, they need to go at the base first.
I was about to say Colin. I was like, would you do this with Colin? But you just took the words right out of my mouth. You wouldn't do it with Colin.
Because here's the thing with Colin, he doesn't really care about specific buildings because he will get a discount anyway.
Oh yes.
So it's different than Sasha because Sasha, her strength is the buildings.
Oh, yeah.
More buildings she got, the stronger she is. And Colin is very similar, but not at the same extent. A Sasha with 10 building will get 1 extra K, which is amazing. A Colin with 10 building will just be able to produce more unit. So this is different.
Yep. Alright, so while playing this match, I only had one thing on my mind, and it was the fact that, as you can see, the submarine covers the entire edge of the map, so it's really hard to sneak something through unless your opponent isn't paying attention. This was a live game, so obviously you would be able to see whatever I tried to snake through. So I kind of had a plan to... you can keep going. I kind of had a plan to capture my middle base and make the recon side my strong side. So you have as little intel as you can after I eliminate your recon. And what I do kind of like about this map is that it encourages you to build artillery. You know, artillery. I like using them, and you know, for sometimes when you feel like you don't know what to do with an artillery, what you can do is like, you know, you use it to obviously clear off the recon, and then hopefully eventually you will find use for it. And yeah, I think it encourages some players to actually give artilleries a try if they feel like they won't get value off of it.
Now, I did something kind of stupid here. What is going on?
Oh, you clicked back too fast. Hold on. I think yeah, here's the start of your turn. So what were you trying to do?
Okay. Capture. So far so good. Now, this movement here. Now, looking back, it's actually awful because you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I was there, I would be able to shoot that recon. So going there is just waste of space, and I started thinking like that not that long ago. Like back when we played that game, I didn't care about space, but apparently, like recently, well, not recently, I should say like for the last month, maybe a bit more than the last month, I've been taking a look to the spaces I am using, because this is much smarter than just moving to space away to shoot this. Moving in there is a much better option. I used to just move things without thinking, and now I think a bit more about what I'm doing. So better movement is going there instead of here, because space and same result. I still kill this, but I'm closer to the battlefield after that.
Yeah, it's thinking ahead if when you put your artillery further out. It's just something you don't think immediately, but yeah.
So now, as you can see, because of my Sasha early income, I was able to have artillery infantry last turn. This turn around I get tank and infantry again. And if you take a look to the economy here, if Advanced Warrior do the same build as me, he will base skip. And so far I didn't base skip yet. Yes, I don't have my base there, but it's not per se base skip, it's just wait to capture the base.
Alright, so turn 5. I have all 3 of my bases, but I'm sitting at an awkward 7,000. So that means I cannot build an artillery without base skipping. I cannot build a tank without base skipping. So here I'm... it's not yet in range of that tank, but eventually that tank will have to be revealed because there's no getting around that sub. And I decided to bring my black boat back here because the 2 safe shoals are this one here and this one on top. Moving the black boat back and forth up here is going to save me a lot more space and start putting me in the center just a bit quicker. So I move my infantry up. Infantry, artillery. Oh, I base skipped. I base skipped. I think the reasoning was because that you had the artillery. I saw you already had your artillery out, and it kind of made me paranoid, made me feel like that I was not killing that recon fast enough. But you're Sasha. I should expect you to. I should expect you to get more units quickly. So yeah, that artillery scared me into base skipping into my own artillery.
See, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah, don't do it if you don't know how to play. It will really hurt your unit count, and your unit count's important. And here you decide to... You don't care about the submarine, I realized.
No, I don't care.
Okay.
I will pass anyway, and since it's a live game, and anyway there's the stupid replay option we can use. I don't like that option.
I love that option. I love that option.
I hate it. It's too good. Now, because of that, I don't care. I know you got vision there, I just send my stuff. I won't try to conceal because I know you got that stuff there. So.
Yeah. Going hard on the going hard there. I can respect it, you know. What do they call it? Like balls to the wall? I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes it's fine to consider vision, but when it's pre-fog like right now, I really don't care about the starting units.
Okay. Alright, so what I do here is I move both of my infantry because this infantry can still capture the city by my HQ. This allows this infantry to go ahead and capture that one. And here I do put my artillery at its max move while still in range of the recon. And I build a second tank and 2 infantry. And I take a cheap shot at your submarine, but this was actually a mistake because it's just giving you charge. And when you have charge, I get no black wave. And then I pull back just to see if you're pulling anything like behind your HQ and maybe to the top right side. So you kill my vision, you start capturing my comm tower. Very nice. See, after that comm tower, you build a tank. I do not know you have a tank on that side.
So here, that tank should not be there.
Oh, shouldn't?
And here's the why. I bought it because I used to be a bad Sasha, you know? But I had the money for a battle capture. And that's the thing, with Sasha, a good Sasha player will have 2 ways to play. Either he will go full on with a good unit count, having a lot of air units, or he will try to take off fast and just overwhelm the opponent of medium tank before he can afford said medium tank. And at that point, as I said, it was before my Go 7 game, so I didn't know that. And I was just like, oh, Sasha, cool capture money powers.
Cool capture money powers. Alright, turn 7. Take the shot on the recon. And I know that you had a tank down here, so I move it down to C and I dive it. Now, diving means that it cannot be attacked, but the problem is it's going to consume a lot more fuel. As you've seen so far, Master Kanbei has not dove his submarine, so he will get more vision than I am. Man, I'm just losing vision faster than you in this game, holy crap. But, yeah, just capturing the back properties and a little bit in the middle. And I know I think this was actually a mistake by me to like build my tank on this side, because you would have seen it anyways. What I probably should... Oh no, never mind. I built the tank on the far side because this base was yet to be free to open up, and I wanted infantry on my left side.
I think the better play would have been an artillery on the side with the recon instead of the tank, because I got vision for longer, as you said, but like 1 full turn longer, not just like player 1 advantage, like 1 full turn longer, because you got your own artillery 1 turn later because of the tank.
Yeah. I went tank infantry and my base was already occupied, already captured. Next turn I did the base skip. Yeah, I just wish I had this tank on the left side, because that was my intended left side. I know, intended strong side. I know I'm gonna kill your vision, and because of this, you don't know what I'm gonna put on my strong side. That was my plan there. And yeah, as you can see, I build a tank in the middle. I'm okay with that, because if I built a tank here, you're going to see that tank. So as of right now, I think you only see 1 tank, and that was on my submarine side.
Yeah. Now I started moving my black bolt much later than you, because I'm much more paranoid than you. Now I was like, I'm able to ferry my units there, so now it's the right moment to move my black bolt.
I'm sorry, you're the paranoid one?
Yeah.
I was the paranoid one.
You moved it really early, your Black Bolt, and this paid off because you captured and I was nowhere near your HQ, so that really paid off well. But you were like confident enough like 3 turns ago to move your Black Bolt there.
There's too much.
I don't think you played it much more risky than me, which is fine because it paid off. But yeah, I was paranoid and I was like, maybe we'll try to snatch the HQ if I try to move there. Because that's the kind of cheese you like to do.
Me? Cheese? No! Oh my... I don't even know anymore, but
You tried to force me into a Sasha mirror the other day.
That's true. So, about, oh wow, artillery, not artillery, anti-air battlecopter, it's pretty good. So, about your paranoia, I do understand. The thing is, though, it felt like because of all the water, it'd be too long for an APC to go across, and because of all the land, it'd be too long for an infantry to walk.
You could be surprised. You could be surprised.
Well, you played more globally than me, so I will give you that. Alright, so
that's why I say you could be surprised.
So yeah,
you have seen what I have seen.
I have not seen what you have seen, I will give you that. Alright, so yeah, here I go. I finally kill your recon, and I'm starting to move my tanks up. You shouldn't be able to see them. Now I can go into full effect with my strong side, and just be able to move in without you knowing, and if I pull my submarine back to see if he had anything that was going to be drug across, and I should have at least risen it because it's charged, and I'm losing fuel keeping it underwater.
So now we start seeing how I was slower than you because of that Black Bolt I used much later. Because you see, I should always be ahead of you. Even if you got the extra unit, I should still be always ahead of you. And the main reason why I'm not, well, you got 2 building I didn't went for yet with my Black Bolt. So we already see cracks of me not having the perfect Sasha. Now, if we replay this game, maybe I would be more willing to move my Black Bolt if you do.
We could.
But that's... nah, I will pass. We already played in this map. But yeah, if I would redo this, I would actually move my Black Bolt around the same time as you. But only because it's you.
Only because it's me?
Yeah.
Alright, so what was your intended strong side for this game?
Right now, I just thought about money.
Oh.
I was like, money and power.
Money, power. Oh, and I built a anti-air before your battlecopter, so I guess good on me. The only issue is it's on the other side of a... Is that a lake or an ocean? It's a sea tile. What do you think it is?
It's a sea tile, I guess.
It's a sea tile, but is that a lake or an ocean?
It's a lake.
Okay. Alright, so I finally capture my the comm tower that's supposed to belong to me. And yeah, it's like my weak side really doesn't have any tank backup. It's only that one tank. Just the only defense it has is a city. There's no other tank behind it because I want to give you as little information as I could on that side. And I bring my anti-air down on the, I would consider the slower side, but it's just to keep it out of vision, because a good anti-air is one that your opponent does not see coming. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Alright, so I built a battlecopter, tank, infantry. I'm going heavy on the left side right now.
So I keep capping stuff.
Interesting. You moved your battlecopter towards the center. Is that to reinforce your tanks?
Yeah.
Alright. Alrighty.
So I think I was too shy with that artillery. I should have placed it there. and here's why. If you want to take a bite out of my tank, I want to kill your stuff. So placing it there, it's not bad per se because it's well shielded, but this is a scared move, and I would change it like in a blink of an eye. Just place it there, it's much better.
Yeah. The artilleries are good for punishing aggressive plays like that.
I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. Maybe I wanted to bait one of your tanks because I knew I was in tank range. That's the only explanation I got in mind. But looking back, this move was really, really awful.
Really aggressive.
Stay like in the back instead of using this anti-air as bait.
Yeah. It's an $8,000 bait.
Yeah.
Is that why you built a second one right after?
Yeah.
I see.
I realized I was like, oh, maybe I should not have left that as a bait.
When I saw that second one, I was actually kind of pissed. 1 second. When I saw that second one, I was actually kind of pissed off. I was like, God damn it. Yeah, you'll see. So surprisingly, you're out of my vision range. Never mind. Mountain range, no. Recon right by the mountain, yeah. So yeah, now I'm starting to like capture 3 of my properties here, and it's this infantry that saw the anti-air. Yeah. So this was my plan. My plan was to attack the anti-air with my tank, because I have a battlecopter here. My plan was to, okay, if I cripple your anti-air, my battlecopter should roam free. Which is why I was very upset when I saw that second one coming. But my plan was to also cover it up with the artillery. Right now, the artillery is not so close. Not close enough to give full cover to the tank. But I had a plan that actually went wrong, and you'll see why. So, tank goes in, heavily damages your artillery. Infantry... That killed.
I think that's a freaking eye roll.
That's a super high roll if I've ever seen one. So I'm like, okay, awesome.
Pull up the damage calculator. I can tell it's the highest roll you can ever get.
I will put it in the video. I'll put it in the video. But yeah, that's a high roll if I've ever seen one. And here I put my artillery because, like, okay, if you attack me from the right side, I will get 1 shot off. There's one problem though. I didn't realize that one of your infantry was on a mountain, and it's right in range of your mountain. If I move the artillery back 1 space, probably it would work. It wouldn't cover the top. I'm like, either placement's not covering the top, but does cover the 2 bottom sides. And yeah, you see the artillery, and it gives you a really good turn, and we'll see how. Because I've seen your tanks here from my submarine, so I have the counterplay set up, but I messed up setting it up. Alright, so I move my units up really slowly with the black boat, and I build my own anti-air because I'm expecting battlecopters to come from your airport side, and another battlecopter, because I'm like, sweet, I just killed 1 anti-air, my battlecopters are a lot safer. And now I pull back to see what other things you have, and here you see the blinking icon on my submarine. It is starting to look bad for me.
So you see, so far I haven't placed underneath the water that sub.
I don't think you moved it as much either.
Yeah. And you see I have almost 3 times that thing. So I'm good for a few turns and to have that vision.
Yeah.
And I think it doesn't need to move that much to be useful, but that's just me.
So the bait completely failed, and you get, I would say, a semi-free hit on my tank. So that was a very bad play by me. Interrupt my couch.
Well, the bait worked, but I wasted a bit too much money for it.
Oh yeah.
Because you died. So
oh my god! As we could see on the right side, I am very, very pissed off on the right side.
So now, at that point, it's crystal clear this was the side I wanted to push forward. And here, the unit I have there is just defensive unit. And since you were in range, I attacked. That's why.
And it was out of range of my artillery.
Seeing how I attacked this front, my strongest front was this one. This one was really like, I have unit there because I don't want you to capture everything. That's the only reason of these units there.
Can we talk about that fighter?
Yeah, I have the money. I hate bombers.
Just
I know you like bombers.
just rich people things, I guess.
No, for real, I hate bombers. I know you will use them, so I'm like, okay, that fighter will pay itself back for sure because you like bombers. I don't remember recent game where you haven't bought any bombers. So like, okay, fighter, so it will pay itself back fast. This is also why I don't rely that much on bombers, because I know a 20k unit can just smash them.
Yeah, and if you mess up, an 8k unit will do a lot of damage to it.
Yeah.
Alright, so I get away with one of the captures. These other two, I'm gonna have a hard time. Alright, so yeah, I'm moving mines a lot more than yours. I feel like it's been sitting here for like the longest time, and you're still getting good information. Maybe I overdid it with my submarine, but yeah, I decided to go for the health.
I think one of the most common mistake I see on this map, based on many games, is how much people feel the need they need to move the sub, but you don't need to move it that much. Like, you move it sometime when you take some shot and you want to dive it and stuff like that, but I don't see the need. Like, you got the vision anyway.
That's fair. I guess I was thinking of a certain map. I don't know, see if you can help me remember the name. There's like a recon in the corners, and there's like a black boat that sits on the airport for you to kill. It has 2 HQs, I think.
Oh yeah, Misty. I don't like Misty.
Yeah, Misty. I was thinking
I totally hate Misty.
I was thinking of the corner. In the corner, the recon can move 2 tiles, and on one tile it can see one base, and on the other tile it can see the other base, but it can't see that last base it saw. So I just thought if I moved my submarine as much as I could get a lot of intel. And it's also like witchcraft trials, where you have the infantry in the center mountain. You keep moving it, you can see.
Witchcraft is amazing.
Yeah,
amazing. I think we should fix something about it, like that CT you can steal from your opponent with the transport copter. That's one of the fix I would place on witchcraft, but witchcraft is fun.
Okay, but yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I know you get a lot of value from moving that infantry each turn. So I just kept thinking, okay, if I keep moving my submarine each turn, I am going to get as much vision as I can, as much intel as I can. Even not seeing a unit still gives me information. So that was the way I was trying to play, but it was at the cost of my submarine's fuel, and I will lose it much quicker than Master Kanbei.
Yeah.
So recon comes in, infantry shooting your infantry, because I don't want you to start capturing things. And the artillery, yeah, you shouldn't have been able to see the artillery move in. Artillery's here, but I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to know that I am covering all my units back here. So, even though you know it's there, it's still a deterrent to force you off properties.
Yeah.
So, I realized, okay, even though there's no anti-air here for right now, except for this one, I still move my battlecopter to the right because I have one anti-air that's way out of position that you can see. Another anti-air here. I could have moved it up more. Maybe I wanted to keep it out of vision of your submarine if you did move it, but yeah, keeping it back here allowed my battlecopter to be in front, because battlecopters are also good counters to other battlecopters.
Yeah.
Tank backup comes up, battlecopter backup comes up as well. I almost...
Oh,
I almost missed that.
My computer is almost out of batteries.
Okay. So I just resume my turn. I go for this capture on the next to the Balcop because I just want to force him to waste a unit. That infantry is already dead. I suicide my recon towards the center to see if there's any other things that you're doing, because I'm just trying to bank as much intel as I can. And I build a medium tank, interestingly, on my weak side where you can see it. I can't remember exactly why I bought it on that side.
Maybe because you felt overwhelmed.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, so you think you were a bit aggressive with your copters?
Yeah, but I knew I needed the upper end fast. So now I use Crash because, of course, Crash is cool. And I used it before taking these engagement because I wanted to make sure to kill the unit. And this is 1 infantry, so I know the value won't fill too much of your meter. That's why I use my Crash before attacking this infantry.
Let's also not forget to mention that infantry had 5 vision, so you killed my recon. I mean, my recon was already dead to begin with. But yeah, my recon's dead, and you killed off my mountain.
I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was scared you would steal my building. Yeah. Looking back, I did a lot of stupid stuff with my anti-air.
Yeah, but your Battlecopter did force me away towards the middle.
Yeah. Now I do the same as you. Medium tank on my weaker side because I feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And it's true, I am overwhelmed here. We've got too many of them.
I think the difference between your strong side and my strong side is that your strong side is a lot closer to the mountain, where I'm like 2 tiles away.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could actually block me off because this is like a 2-tile wide choke point, and yeah, I could like be stuck on this backside over here where you have vision of basically everything. All right, so I kill the copter of my anti-air. That is a Hawke tank, so I am able to kill that recon, I think. And yeah, I'm just getting a lot of interrupts. Infantry does some very light scouting, but here I see the I shoot the Battlecopter. Because you have your power, this infantry survives. Plus 10% defense really does save you like that. Infantry gets to move plenty more spaces up. And another suicidal anti-air. I kill it again with an infantry. And I think this actually does enough to protect my city. It's a very weak defense, but you know, there is a lot you have to punch through. And I hear I build a lander. Now, you can see this, and I remember you thought it was a bit weird that I built this lander. And plenty of good reasons. I can only move 1 vehicle at a time because of the shoals. If I put in 2 vehicles, I have to waste 1 in there. But I felt like I had some control on this side, and this looks like this is the start of my quote-unquote front shift, where you see I have my tank right here. I will put it on the lander, and it will save me so much space trying to reinforce the middle. Because of this this ocean here, it's better than going around on the left side. With this lander, I just reinforce it a lot more quickly, although it is costing me 12,000.
Now, looking back, I would take back what I said based on the experience I gained on the worst map I've ever played. I think it's Normandy something. It's some of the new maps in the current rotation. I deeply hate this map. I think this map is as bad as any light-based map. I have so much hatred for this map. So basically in this map, there's only 1 strong side, and your weaker side, you need a lander to have tanks on that side, otherwise it will take you forever to front ship because the map is retarded. So because of that, I value much more landers in some maps. Now, the map here right now we are covering, I actually value much more the lander because of that experience on Normandy map. Now, does this mean you need a lander each single game in the map we are playing right now? No, but it can help a lot. In Normandy, you are forced. They force you into having a lander. Now, I still lost games with lander while my opponent didn't add any, but my opponent was just less pissed than me at the map. Or they were just better than me at playing said trash map. But yeah, lander, that's actually a really good move.
Oh, I just noticed that you put your fighter in the submarine range.
Yeah.
Oh, so you put both of your tanks in artillery range. A lot of good engagements on the center, honestly.
Because I want to kill stuff.
Yeah, other than my recon, I don't have vision of the center. Fighter blocks HQ, like I was gonna capture it. And you got your market crash again.
Yeah.
The bane of all Hawke players, market crash.
Okay, I did actually a good turn here, I think.
Oh yeah, this was a good turn. I am 7 units behind you.
Yeah.
Well, this was actually something I noticed while I was playing. I had a lot less kills, but although I am 7 units behind from you, the difference between our army values isn't so big.
Yeah.
So it was because I was killing more expensive things. Like here earlier in the game, I killed an anti-air, and I killed two early in the game. I killed an anti-air, and in return I lost a tank. Although I lost that tank, which is more of a staple unit in most games, the tank is a lot cheaper than the anti-air. So getting that killed off is just one of the few engagements that I had to keep our army values not too far apart. So the recon moves in, and I go for this tank. Looks like I'm in artillery range. Oh, I don't get a luck roll, anyways. Oh, you have the power.
So.
You had the power on. If that died, that would have been ridiculous.
So.
But yeah, I go ahead with the medium tank because I know my battlecopter is going to hurt your artillery. I finish out that battlecopter with 2 infantry, anti-air on the HQ for a lot of defense and a lot of defense and can heal. Just moving my infantry up. And because there are like 2 shoals and a port here, I am able to just cycle vehicle, infantry. Oh, I'm attacking up here. That was a little lucky, honestly, for me. Still capturing that property.
Looking back at that point, I already lost the game because you said it, the value, and because I got nothing that has true value on the front, and you got like tanks, artillery, medium tank, like you just outnumber my value by too much, and I already lost at that point. But I didn't know because I was like, unit count, because I knew I had a better unit count than you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, here you see on the bottom, build an infantry. You will begin to see the cycle of vehicle, infantry, because of that lander that I built.
Yeah, and you will steal one of my buildings. So, because of that, I'm forced into stealing one of yours, otherwise my advantage with Sasha will collapse. And this is kind of bad.
Yeah. You're also ahead of me by income as well.
Yeah, because I'm Sasha.
Yeah.
Without the Sasha lead, I would be still further than you, but not that much. Just a bit further.
Oh, I build bombers, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I need something for the medium tank.
Bomber!
Yeah.
Oh, this also isn't a personal thing, but I told Kanbei why you hate anti-air so much.
And what do you mean anti-air?
No, why you hate air units so much.
Oh yeah.
I told him about that. Did I say anti-air? I'm sorry. Alright, so day 14. My submarine finally collapses.
We were there.
Alright, so yeah, I took a few engagements on the top right, top left. Finally capture one of your properties. Start capturing one that should be mine. Oh, speaking of ones that should be mine, this one right here by my mountain.
No, it's mine.
That pissed me off the whole game. I know it's my weak side, but holy crap, I didn't think I was that weak. I can't leave the choke point. So I took a semi-free engagement over here because all I see are infantry. You don't have a tank around. Plus I have other tanks to cover it. And yeah, here you see I'm pulling back. Once I captured that city, I knew that my job up there was done. That's usually how it goes. You front shift when you feel like you need to support one side, or if you capture the properties. And as I capture this property and starting shifting on my units, I actually am already in the process of ferrying my vehicles towards the center. So I should be getting a much easier time reinforcing that right side.
Yeah.
And here comes the meeting.
I tried to get back that building.
That building did not last long.
These engagements were awful. When I look back, I was too aggressive during that game, and that cost me a lot of units. And the only advantage I had, I lost it because I was too aggressive. What I should have done is heal the units because they were still alive. They were just really in bad shape. But right now they will just die because you got that many tanks. So looking back, I was too aggressive.
Looks like your main goal was to kill off that recon.
Yeah. Now I retreat because I realize I cannot compete with that thing until my bomber is wrong.
Yeah.
And I retreat because I still want to protect that building because you stole this, so I'm like, I will have one of yours so I can still have my lead. Because if we take a look, remove 2 and you will have the number of building I got. And I got 24 building while you have 23. So I only have a 1 building lead. Now with Sasha, that 1 building lead is really impressive because it's like 3k, which is good. It's normal, it's Sasha stuff. But I want to make sure this remains. Because here's a lost condition for Sasha. The moment you are even in income with your opponent is the moment you lost. You need to be always ahead of your opponent, because if you're not, well, your day-to-day is rendered useless. And of course, Hawke has a better day-to-day if I don't have mine. Now, if we both have our day-to-days, I think, because mine is more complicated to keep and use, mine is a bit weaker. Yours is a fixed number and that won't change. Mine is a moving number that may or may not move and change. So this is the thing, you really need to be ahead of your opponent. If you're not, well, resign already. Sasha has no mean to come back. Because as much as I like Warbond with 6 stars, I think it should have 5. And at 5 stars, it would be much better. Or even 5, I think it's quite high for the true value of the super. I think it should drop to 4. But I don't understand why it has 6. They want you to spam more than once your power. When you have your full meter, well, you can spam like 2 times and a half your power, which is really good. But that makes the super like really hard to really get good value out of it. Let's be honest, 6 stars for only like gaining more money, it's not the best. Out of the 6-star super, it's the weakest.
Okay.
now I shield my stuff.
You field your fighter.
Yeah. Okay, another mistake on my side, but that's just looking back. I thought it was good to have take up unit, but with the money I had, I should have gotten an air unit instead of that medium tank. So either another bomber, because Sasha like unit count, or battlecopter and several tanks.
Yeah, and that would just keep adding to the unit difference every time you see.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not so far behind you in terms of army value. Alright, so here I go repair my tank, and I wanted that submarine dead. I even put the artillery there, but I wasn't thinking at this time. You guys will realize soon why, but I wasn't thinking. Move my recon up just to get a little bit of scouting. I don't know why I have the battlecopter here, honestly. So I kill off the tanks that were attacking my recon, and I protect it with the artillery. Recon moves back, hides just for the vision, and here I build. Well, I thought this recon would die, so I thought I'd go build a third one. And again, the cycle of just infantry and vehicles. There is one mistake that I am doing right now, and you will see why it is a mistake when we get there. But yeah, that's oh, you're clicking on the infantry on the top. But when we get there, you'll see the mistake. But I am getting right now a lot of value from that lander. Okay, so you captured your city back on the left side, so I didn't get much of that. Market crash comes up. And
I used it early in my turn because I knew I would not take too many engagements because I lost too many units and I felt like I was losing at that point. I was like, there's some kind of stalemate, so I'm losing. So that's why I used my market crash early in my turn. I knew I would not get too many engagements.
Okay. Keep in mind, still at turn 16, my meter is at 0. Not even 1,000. Like, I can't even see any green up there. It's at 0.
Did I dive it? I didn't dive it. Okay.
No, you did dive it. It's a little more transparent, but this was the stupid thing. I put an artillery in anticipation of shooting a submarine, but all you can just do is just.
Dive.
Yeah,
Did I dive it?
You did dive it.
it.
It's more transparent. It's the replay viewer. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
you dove it, and it made me look stupid for putting this artillery here. It can only protect my recon, but you're not attacking my recon. This move was just stupid by me. I just forced you to waste more fuel, which is not a part of my plan. So I'm hoping to get this city now. And I'm hoping to get that one as well. Since I don't have a lot of vision, I only see this 5 HP infantry, and I'm just like, okay, you know, go ahead, interrupt it. It's probably gonna die. But it's just yeah, you have infantry hiding in the forest. I want to say sneaky bastard in the nicest way possible. Not actually being mean, just saying you sneaky bastard. You have exactly 2 infantry in those forests, and my recon's not picking that up. Oh yeah, and here I got a little bit of a copper chain. I would say it's slowly bringing the differences between our unit counts a lot closer.
So now, this time around, I laugh because I'm like, oh, my plan worked. I retreat and then I strike back. So this turn is really good for me right now.
That was a very... you took a good engagement, but there's something that you don't see. You didn't see it in game, I know at this point. And look at you, you're black. You know, if you had a lander, that where your black boat is, it would be a lot better for you. I can't put my lander on my side now because your submarine is still alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, you took really good engagements. The artillery, the only thing, it took some damage, and the only thing it could effectively kill is just that recon.
Here again, medium tank against the fair unit. So this Sasha game is really awful on my side, and I did improve my Sasha since the previous replay we did, but it's not quite there yet at that point. But who knows, maybe in the future I will have a much better Sasha.
Yeah, we review, I review these games, not for a few reasons. One, you guys are showing a lot of support, and I thank you for that. Another reason is you are making all these mistakes, but you're calling them out. And for anyone who wants to learn how to play Sasha, you're also helping. You're also giving them an example of what not to do. Not to be mean, but that's the whole point of a review. You look back at it and you learn and improve on it.
That's why I accepted to do one mirror match against Goal 7. I wanted to learn from a really good player, and we all know Goal 7. He's a top player, so that's why I was like, okay, I will learn from that game. And I did learn a lot, so I will thank him again. Amazing guest I had. I will upload the replay with him eventually on Master Kanbei. We did the stream, but I like to re-upload some stream here and there. So I kind of like to watch back the way I used to play Sasha. And I'm kind of proud because last week I had a video against Matt Litz. And Matt Litz is a top 20 player. I don't know where exactly he is in the top 20, but I know he is really, really strong. And I fought his Hawke, and yes, he won. However, he thought about resign many times, and he praised me. And on our first few encounters, he didn't really praise me, but he didn't bash me either. But what I mean is, he said like he knew we were not on the same level, but the fact that he praised me showed he had seen some kind of improvement with my Sasha plays, and he was kind of surprised, which is good when I'm just in the 900 ILO now because I dropped. When I'm on the 900 ILO and I get praise from someone in the top 20, it's kind of good.
Oh yeah. I'm not doing all of these replays just it's my turn. I'm not doing all of these replays to make fun of him. I'm doing these replays because you know, you guys are really showing support for this content, and yeah, it's to learn. Like there are probably some mistakes that I made as well. Like holy crap, my unit count. But yeah, here the artillery shoots the medium tank. I probably would have liked to attack from the city. Probably could have done that, but maybe I want something else on that city. Oh, and you thought it was a rocket when that happened. I remember you telling me you thought it was a rocket.
That amount of damage, you probably eye roll. That's why I thought it was a rocket.
Yeah, but I remember one time you told me, you said rocket or artillery. I don't know because you're Hawke. I have plus 20% attack.
Yeah.
So recon on recon. Only time I would do this. Only time I would do that. So you're blind, and here I protect this neutral city, killing your healthy infantry so you don't start capturing. You are actually very close to my HQ, which is a bit worrisome. Just a bit. Anti-air moves back just to survive, just to hide, and yeah. At this point, I really didn't care what your submarine could see, because I know that because I know, yeah, it was the point where I learned to not give a crap about your submarine. And to just move on. Oh, and I built a fighter.
Let the sub die.
Oh, and here I built a fighter only because I saw your one fighter earlier. And I'm just like okay, let's just start getting a little bit of air dominance now. But the only downside about this fighter is that you recently didn't build any battlecopters, but you do have 2 bombers.
Yeah,
and that is terrifying. I don't recall when you reveal them. Market crash comes up. Again, I'm at 0. It's turn 18, guys. I'm at 0 meter.
At last, I valued battle capture and air units.
Hey, you got a Neo tank with this one. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of value. Alright, so you didn't move your bombers yet. I guess because you saw me pull back an anti-air, I don't know. Oh yeah, so I killed this infantry, and I think it led you to believe even more that there is a rocket somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, this was now it looks a bit aggressive, but I do actually have a decent number of units to cover those tanks. Yeah, I'm like starting to consolidate a bit more on the right side. And yeah, still doing a mistake. You guys will see later on if you didn't know what it is now. Oh, this was super aggressive.
Why?
This was super...
Why?
I just thought I'd take a shot, okay? I had to shoot my shot. It was kind of open. You were a little close to mine, so I was just like, does he have any units back here? Okay, he does. That was dumb of me. And yeah, that medium tank, a bit scary. And I moved the fighter towards the center. Artillery, second artillery, because I am stuck at that little choke point-ish. And here you get another really good turn. You kill 2 copters, you interrupt the cap, you interrupt another cap. 1 tank dead. Medium tank nearly dies. Lost that infantry by the HQ. That was suicide. Your market crash comes back again. And holy crap, yeah, that was good turn. It was a really good turn. I can't remember if I was screaming or not when I saw 2 bombers. I was like, oh, okay, I see how. Why do you have 2 bombers? Oh man, but I'm glad I built the fighter.
This is a good turn. This is a good turn in my build, my encounters. This is a really good turn.
Yeah, I'm glad I built that fighter now. But am I in range? Oh no, I am in range. I was super happy I built that fighter. All right, so but I do have the counterplay, as you can see. It looks hidden, but it's because it was on a forest tile. It just didn't show for the replay viewer. Air units don't hide in forest. I have had people that did that, and yeah, it just didn't work out for them. Alright, and here, I don't kill your second bomber, but I was a bit upset that didn't die. I know it's just gonna come back, heal, and give me more problems. But yeah, it was a really good turn for you, but then I had the counterplay.
Counterattack was winning, game-changing counterattack, what you did.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I'm pulling back just a little bit. I move my artillery here to cover the city. Plus I think that it would convince you a bit more that I do have a rocket somewhere down there.
Yeah.
I probably would have done something different if you didn't tell me this was a rocket, but again, guys and gals, this was a live game. And because I see that medium tank just sitting there, I have a healing medium tank, an artillery, and I thought, okay, I should probably pull up a second medium tank back there.
I think I keep going for like 1 or 2 turns and I resign.
That bomber killed me.
We are near the end because I can tell I lost at that point. You took too many value out of me. I don't know how long it will last. Now I make another fighter because I realize you have a fighter and I expect a bomber now.
You built a fighter not for the fighter. You built the fighter for the bomber.
Yeah.
Alright, so first things first, kill off your vision. And I'm trying to get that back. I reused my anti-air, so I pulled the fighter back. Fighter is very well protected. Same goes for the infantry. I attack with the medium tank, so I can have more units to cover my other capturing property, which has been neutral this entire game, to tell you guys. And yeah, I'm just pulling back a lot more, protecting my cities. a bit expensive of a skeleton crew, but it gets the job done. Because if you attack me on the if you attack my tank on the left from the bottom side, I would not be able to kill it with the artillery. Neo tank. Oh,
now I do that because I know I need to give a good push. If I don't win that push, I lose the game.
Oh yeah.
Because I knew I was in a really bad situation, so I just threw everything I had to see if I can do something good with it. But I was only losing mine right now.
Yeah, this was a glorious turn for me because I saw that you have a medium tank and a neo tank in range of both of my artilleries. So, Black Wave, finally! Day 21. So yeah, because of a day 21 Black Wave, I would say that you did a really good job of negating my power. So yeah,
I don't think so. I should have held myself another turn, not attack anything you have, so you don't get your Black Wave. But yeah.
Okay. All right, so I kind of form up a bit of an expensive wall, not an infantry wall. Trying to capture this city. I'm very close. It's 3 capture points away. And I joined cap just to secure it a bit more. Recon comes in. I was a bit disappointed that this infantry didn't die. I really was. And yeah, I wasted an anti-air just for revealing the Neo tank. But I do kill that infantry. I do remember I could have done a lot better this game. But it was just that I messed up my attacks and I could have done better. And here, since your submarine is at 5 HP, I felt more confident to put my lander right in front of it. And yeah, you wouldn't kill my lander. But yeah, this was a slight mistake that I had. I should have kept my black boat on the port so it could keep gaining fuel. The black boat can already give fuel to the lander, so if I had swapped where those two were, I wouldn't have a low fuel black boat, but I realized eventually, caught it and placed it on the port.
I don't understand why I don't resign. I lost.
And
I should be smart enough to know I lost.
That Neo tank didn't even go to a city. It's just trying to hide. Rockets! Yeah, we have a rocket, guys.
It's glitchy.
What's glitchy?
It's weird.
Oh. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just on your end. All right, so turn.
Probably.
So turn 22. I'm still behind on unit count, surprisingly, but unit value is just a lot higher. And yeah, I shoot both of your fighters, so if I had a bomber, good luck. Yeah. And I was a bit surprised you didn't attack my submarine, but you said you're already on a losing line.
Yeah.
Yeah, just healing everything that I can. The Neo tank's still sitting on that city. Holy crap, that's terrifying. Medium tank, not Neo tank. What did I say? Oh well, it's a tank. No, there's the bomber! Finally, the day 22 bomber.
It's late for you.
It's very late for how I usually get my bombers. You have war bonds! You're gonna use war bonds on me! Oh no, you have resigned.
Yeah, I knew I lost. It lasted probably 2 or 3 turns too many. But yeah, to go back to what I said earlier, I was too aggressive during that game, and I wasn't spamming enough air units.
I see. Yeah, the air units, not just because they're like good or anything, but it just adds to the unit count. I've heard the argument that people would build battlecopters without base skipping because they want to increase their unit count. It's another unit for them to do whatever they please with it.
Yeah, vision, firepower, and I'm Sasha, so I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and looking at the stats again, Sasha, you're just gonna generate more funds than me, but I was just able to deal a lot more damage than you, consistently. So,
Yeah.
Sasha is by no means a weak CO. Sasha just...
He's the hardest CO to play in tier 1 with Grit. Grit is another level. Grit is just really, really hard. Because Grit, here's the thing with Grit. He is weak to global damage, so any global damage will just destroy him. But yeah, Grit and Sasha are really low in tier 1. They're like the lowest.
Alright, but yeah, as you could see, you saw most throughout the game, Sasha was able to keep her unit count a lot higher than mine. And he could have gotten a bit more if he had thought of increasing his unit count with Battlecopters. But, like we said, this is not to bash on him. Was a while ago, and more than likely he has improved his Sasha play. And yes, both of us have definitely improved. He also does old replays on his channel as well, and I look at it in humiliation, but then I also remember why we do this, because we look back at it and we're like, okay, we're glad we don't do these mistakes anymore. But
most of the replays I upload right now are still made in January.
Oh yeah, so ours is good. So our last collab is going to be a while from now. But yeah, thanks for coming back for another week.
Oh, thanks to you for inviting me, man.
Absolutely.
I liked it a lot. You're a good friend, so I'm always into it. Even if I didn't like the game, I will be there for you.
Yeah. And as for if some of you guys are kind of like missing the solo commentary videos, the reason we have this one is because my Global League opponents are taking their time.
You only play one game. You only play one game.
That is true.
You only play one game.
I am currently playing 2 because my first one took so long. It's been 17 days.
35.
35. Oh yeah, that's right. You have so many accounts. Master Kanbei. Kanbei shall have bases. Red only. High funds only. Yeah, you play a lot more than me.
I stopped doing iPhones.
Oh, really?
I lost interest.
Oh.
I lost interest. I played like 50-ish games. Maybe a bit less, a bit more. And I lost interest. I'm just like, I will go back to FUG. Like, I think I dropped my last 5 games because I was like, I don't want to invest time anymore in that. Let's do something else. So yeah, I'm right now my game count is 35, but usually it's 80 plus. I just don't like this rotation. This rotation makes me sick. The only reason why I didn't pull the plug on League, it's because I still want to keep playing because I like the game.
Oh yeah.
But I hate this rotation.
I see. All right, guys and gals, that is what replay is this? Replay number 14. I'm too lazy to do editing. I'm gonna just check right here. Yeah, replay number 14. Thank you guys again for the continuous support. Those subscriber numbers they're mind-blowing to me. Just shoot. I really can't say anything more than just thank you guys. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button, showing interest, and because of that, I am doing my best to get out a video as I had promised, like every week. I'm not overworking myself. Like I said, I was a bit slow on some of the Global League games and some of my opponents, but I am glad that I still saved this one, and hopefully anyone out there who wants to play Sasha at least learns something from this game.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time for other videos with Advanced Warrior or myself, or both.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug
a lot of ore.
Plug both of his channels in the description below, guys and gals. This has been Advanced Warrior. your name?
And Master Kanbei.
And you all have our warmest regards. Please take care.